Hi guys, welcome back to Spanish language series. This is episode 25 in which we are going to talk about past perfect tense. These are the contents which we'll cover today. Introduction to past perfect tense, then we'll see some conjugations of a verb in the past perfect tense, then we'll see some examples, then we'll see how to make questions in the past perfect tense, and finally vocabulary and containers. So let's start. Introduction to past perfect tense. The past perfect is formed by combining the auxiliary verb had with the past participle. For example, I had studied, he had written a letter to Maria, we had been stranded for 6 days. Because the past perfect is a compound tense, two verbs are required, the main verb and the auxiliary verb. So in the sentence I had studied, studied is the main verb and had is the auxiliary verb. Similarly for the other two examples. Now let's see conjugations of a verb in the past perfect tense. In Spanish, the past perfect tense is formed by using the imperfect tense of the auxiliary verb haber with the past participle. And here's how haber is conjugated. Había, habías, había, habíamos, habíais, habían. The past participle is formed by dropping the infinitive ending and adding either ado or ido. Remember, some participles are irregular. The following examples all use the past participle for the verb vivir. So for example, I want to say I had lived, I can say había vivido. If I want to say you had lived, I can say habías vivido. If I want to say he or she had lived, I can say había vivido. If I want to say we had lived, I can say habíamos vivido. If I want to say you all had lived, I can say habíais vivido. And if I want to say they had lived, I can say habían vivido. So when used as an adjective, the past participle changes to agree with the noun it modifies. However, when used in the perfect tenses, the past participle never changes. So consider these two examples. Past participle used as an adjective. The door is closed, I can say la puerta está cerrada. And past participle used in the past perfect tense. I had closed the door. I can say yo había cerrado la puerta. So there are some more examples. So if I want to say the doors are open, I can say las puertas están abiertas. And if I want to say Joan had opened the doors, I can say Juan había abierto las puertas. Note that when used to form the perfect tense, only the base form abierto is used. So this is the base tense. Let's look more carefully at the last example. Juan había abierto las puertas, which means Joan had opened the doors. Notice that we use había to agree with Juan. So we have changed this form to agree with the subject. Juan is the subject. We do not use habían to agree with puertas. The auxiliary verb is conjugated for the subject of the sentence and not the object. Compare these two examples. Joan had opened the doors. Juan había abierto las puertas. And consider this sentence as well. Joan and Maria had put a lot of money in the bank. Juan y María habían puesto mucho dinero en el banco. In the bank is en el banco. Money is dinero. A lot of is mucho. Puesto is put. Had is habían. And names you know. Now in the first example we use había. Here we have used había because the subject of the sentence is Juan. In the second example we use habían because the subject of the sentence is Juan y Maria. The past perfect tense is used when a past action was completed prior to another past action. Expressions such as ya, antes, nunca, todavía, and después will often appear in sentences where one action was completed before another. So let's see some more examples. If I want to say when the parents arrived, the children had already eaten. I can say cuando llegaron los padres, los niños ya habían comido. When is cuando? The parents is los padres. Arrived is llegaron. The children is los niños. Had already eaten would be ya habían comido. The next sentence, I had eaten prior to calling them. I can say yo había comido antes de llamarles. I had eaten would be yo había comido. Prior to calling them would be antes de llamarles. This idea of a past action being completed before another past action need not always be stated, it can be implied. So consider these two examples. Joan had closed the window before leaving. I can say Juan había cerrado la ventana antes de salir. So Joan is this, had closed is había cerrado, The window is la ventana. Before leaving is antes de salir. So in this sentence it's stated. Consider this sentence. Joan had closed the window. Juan había cerrado la ventana. In this sentence it is implied. The auxiliary verb and the past participle are never separated. To make the sentence negative, add the word no before the conjugated form of haber. So consider these examples. If I wanna say I had not lived, I can say no había bebido. If I wanna say you had not lived, I can say no habías bebido. And if I wanna say he or she had not lived, I can say no había bebido. If I wanna say we had not lived, I can say no habíamos bebido. And if I wanna say you all had not lived, I can say no habíais bebido. And if I wanna say they had not lived, I can say no habían bebido. Again, the auxiliary verb and the past participle are never separated. Object pronouns are placed immediately before the auxiliary verb. So again, some more examples. If I wanna say Pablo had given a lot of money to his sister, I will say Pablo le había dado mucho dinero a su hermana. To his sister is a su hermana. A lot of money is mucho dinero. Had given is le había dado. To make this sentence negative, the word no is placed before the indirect object pronoun le. So Pablo had not given a lot of money to his sister. I would say Pablo no le había dado mucho dinero a su hermana. With reflexive verbs, the reflexive pronouns placed immediately before the auxiliary verb. Compare how the present perfect differs from the simple present when a reflexive verb is used. So if I want to say I wash my hands, I would say me llavo las manos, which is simple present tense. But if I want to say I had washed my hands, which is in past perfect, I would say me había lavado las manos. To make the sentence negative, we can make use of word no. So if I want to say I had not washed my hands, I would say no me había lavado las manos. Now let's see how to form questions in past perfect tense. So questions are formed as follows. Note how the word order is different than the English equivalent. So if I want to say had the girls arrived, I would say habían llegado ya las chicas. Now the girls is las chicas. Had arrived would be habían llegado, and yet is ya. The next sentence, had you tried for the dessert yet? I would say habías probado ya el postre. Now had you tried is habías probado, yet is ya, the dessert is el postre. Now let's see how to form negatives. If I want to say hadn't the girls arrived yet, I would say no habían llegado ya las chicas. If I want to say hadn't you tried the dessert yet, I would say no habías probado ya el postre. Now some vocabulary on containers. So barrel is el barril in Spanish, folder is la carpeta, backpack is el mochila, cabinet is el armario, box is caja, bottle is la botella, and jar is la cara. Okay guys, this was it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. See you in the next episode.